what do I want to say? Because I feel like I need to rehearse it before. Blah, blah, blah. Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got this look inspired by Kate McLean from TikTok. If you want to know more about the products and techniques used to achieve this eye look, keep on watching. So the girl's name is @Kate McLean on TikTok, and she has some bomb looks, let me tell y'all. But one of her videos I was really inspired by. So I basically use all the colors that she uses, but I do a little bit different of a technique. The eye color that I come up with is a little bit darker than what she used, but her video is actually very helpful. So I'm gonna get started on that. I've already done like a full face of makeup today, which typically if I'm doing a dark eye I wouldn't do, but we're just gonna roll with the punches today. Okay, so how I start every eye look, I prime my eyes with a MAC paint pot in Painterly, and I just use a flat eyeshadow brush like this one. This one's actually a Sigma large shader E60. If you're wondering, I think Sigma brushes are great. Should definitely check them out. Not a YouTube blogger yet, ladies and gents. Let's just wind that back. So I start by applying this all over the lid for a nice full coverage base. So once you get your base laid down on your entire lid, I'm going to take a clean brush. This is a Morphe M573, and I'm going to be working in both of the Jaclyn Hill palettes today, so volume 1 and volume 2. Out of the volume 2 palette, I'm actually going to take this shade at the top corner here, cover my brush in that color, and then lay it all over the lid. So I'm actually going to go back into the volume 2 palette. I'm going to be using this color called Comfort Zone with this flat shader brush. It's a Morphe M434, and I'm packing the color on with this. I'm just literally just getting the brush full of it and going crazy. I have been talking about making a YouTube for literally years, and I'm just now doing it because quarantine happened and there was literally nothing to do, and Charlie basically got tired of me talking about wanting to do it and the dream of having a YouTube career and this, that, and the other. So he was just like, okay, I'm buying you a camera and you're gonna do it. So here I am, which this is a lot harder than people make it look. Like, talking to a camera in an empty room is really challenging. It will teach you a lot about yourself. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I am doing this because I've literally filmed probably 5 other videos and I just don't like them. Maybe I'm judging myself too hard, or I don't know, just comparing myself to the others who are doing this, but I don't like them. So I was just like, I'm gonna just sit down and have a conversation, because I don't know, it's definitely out of my comfort zone, and that's the whole point of this, is to get out of the comfort zone and do something different. But it's really hard to do. So we'll see how this goes, I guess. If this is the first one I end up publishing on YouTube, yippee. If not, whatever. It is what it is. So what I'm doing with that color is I'm just like literally laying it so messy, but I'm laying it down in the crease and just kind of all over the place. I'm going to take this brush, which is a Sigma blending E25 brush that I got for free when I ordered my Sigma kit a long time ago, but I'm blending out those harsh lines, and I'm actually just going to take that color up onto the brow bone. So like I said, we live in Nashville. We are under quarantine, so I have a lot of time on my hands to do this. And crazy enough, a couple weeks ago I actually quit my job. So that was wild, but I I just knew I wanted to do something else, and I don't really know what that is yet or what that looks like. I don't know if makeup and YouTube was my future, but I was like, I have to try, and here I am, just making a bunch of videos I hate. So it's going great so far. Once you have something that looks kind of like this, or what you're comfortable with, you can stop blending and move on to the next eye. Next, I'm going to take a tapered round brush like this. This is a Morphe E18, and I am going into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette, and I'm actually going to use a mix of colors. She doesn't have the colors on the front, and I'm not going to take the time to figure out which ones they are on the back, but I use this one right here, this brown and this brown, and I kind of mix back and forth and just saturate the brush with the colors. So I'm gonna start in the crease and kind of make like this half circle on my eyelid. So just working with that color, getting it all over the lid. Like I said, it's okay to be messy. Like this look is very blended and it's very smoky, so don't worry about it. However it turns out, it's gonna be great. Like I said, this is a variation of a look that I found on TikTok of this girl's that I just loved, so I'm kind of making it my own. Feel free to do it your way as well. How did I get into makeup? So my mother is a digital artist slash photographer slash just like creative brain, if you will, and when she was doing photography, she really got into obviously the digital art. And so she was doing a lot of like heavy Photoshop and, you know, wanted to take pictures of stuff and then paint it up and do all this crazy stuff in Photoshop. So when I was a kid, she needed models, basically. She needed subjects to photograph so that she could then turn it into something else. And so me and my friends were like, we'll do it. Like, we were kids. It was fun playing dress up. And she would take us to like Jackson, Mississippi and Birmingham, because my hometown is so small. We didn't have like good makeup stores, so she would take us over there. And I'll never forget when the first time I walked into a MAC store and like she was like buying all this cool product that I was just like, this is insane, my mom's crazy, but it was so much fun. And so she let me play in like really great product and really colorful things, and we got to do like wild and crazy makeup because she wanted it, like the weirder the better, basically. That's how she wanted it for her photos. And so that's kind of where my love of makeup started, I guess. After you get that color laid down, you're actually just going to take a shader brush and smoke out the harsh edges. When I actually got to college, I had kind of steered away from makeup just because, you know, high school got in the way of things, and you're busy being a kid, you know, you're just busy doing like your normal stuff. And when I got to college, I was dealing with a lot of anxiety that I didn't really realize I had, and makeup became a channel for me, a way for me to like sit back and relax and just kind of like figure it out. And I would watch tons and tons, like hours of YouTube videos, and it just soothed me. It made me feel calm. And so that's kind of where I got the notion of maybe I should make a YouTube video, because if somebody can do this for me, I want to do this for other people too. And that's what really gives me like the courage and the bravery to like get in front of this camera, because literally when I tell you that this is so hard to sit here and talk to no one and just pretend that it's like chill, like we're fine, we're just having a conversation, you know, like I know obviously people are going to be watching this, but in the moment it's like really difficult. And there's moments where I've been like, I sound like an idiot. Like what are these words that I'm using? I don't know. So here I am. Anyways, I kind of went off on a tangent there, went off on a rant, but whatever. So once you have like the desired dark color throughout your crease, blend it out. So something like this. And don't worry if your lid is not completely covered, because we're actually gonna be cutting it with some concealer in the dead center anyway. You just wanna focus on the outer corners. I'm actually going to go ahead and wipe away my fallout. I'm just gonna use this Sigma Duo Fiber. It's an F50. So I just brushed that away and we're all good to go there. Next, I'm gonna take my concealer. The concealer I'm using for this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Chantilly. So I'm gonna get close just so that you guys can see, but I'm literally just gonna touch it right in the center of my eyelid, like that. And then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna buff it out and up. So I'm going up the lid with it. So we're actually gonna let that dry down for just a second. We're gonna go back into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. And I just use my finger for this. If you wanna use a brush, that's your prerogative, but I use the colors Ride or Diamonds and Drama Queen. I use both of these together. So I'm actually gonna go Ride or Diamonds and put that on first. And it's a really pretty foiled gold color. And then I'm gonna do Drama Queen on top of that, which has a little bit of pink reflex in it. And I think it just looks really pretty on top of the Ride or Diamonds. Keep that fluffy brush handy because you're gonna be going back and just buffing out those edges. And boom. So that is the look that we're going for on the top lid. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and I'll be right back. All right, now that we've done the other eye, again, we're gonna brush away any fallout. Those glitters, I feel like they do fall out pretty harshly, so that's why I typically do my face makeup after and I just literally wipe all that stuff away, but for video's sake, here we are. So next we're actually gonna focus on the lower lash line, and I have all the brushes that I used previously and that's all I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna pick up any extra product. I'm gonna just use the product that's been on the brush to smoke out the lower lash. So I'm gonna go in with that first brush that I used to smoke out the very first color that we used, and I'm just gonna go across both my lower lash lines. So I'm just using that pencil brush with the darker brown color on it for the outer corner of the lower lash line. And then I'm using that same fluffy brush that I used to smoke out the edges. And I'm just barely going over the shadow. Now I'm just gonna use that clean brush to blend all of those lines together. Once everything is blended, we're actually gonna do tight lining, waterline, and then lashes. So going in with, I'm actually using the NYX retractable liner in white for my lower lash. I'm just gonna push down slightly so that the waterline is exposed. I don't wanna pull on my skin because that's gonna create premature wrinkling. So I'm just pushing down and lining the waterline. Same thing here, I'm just going to gently push the eyelid. And I know that you can't see it, but to me, I think tight lining your eye definitely makes a difference. So for this look, I'm actually not using any actual eyeliner, but I'm going to use a fun lash. So for this look, I'm actually going to use these Ardell Faux Mink lashes. I've never actually used these, but they say they're super lightweight, and I love the Invisibands that they use on these lashes. So for lashes, I do have lash extensions, but for a look like this, I want to add lashes because you really can't see my lash extensions. Plus, they're like basically falling out at this point. So I am going to add a lash for these. I might actually have to trim them. I usually don't, but I may. Let's see. Maybe not. I am just taking the Duo, I don't know what it's called, the green Duo Lash Glue Brush On with Vitamins. Right, they put vitamins in their glue. Interesting. So we're gonna wait. See how the band is blue? We need it to turn clear, and then we apply. I feel like I was gonna like try to make this a Q&A video, but I didn't really like answer a lot of questions. So if you have questions that you want to know about me or what I do, or questions about my makeup routine, or questions about anything, you can literally ask me anything. It can be personal. I mean, not too personal, but it can be like about me, or it can be about makeup. It'd be great if you guys gave me suggestions on what you guys want to see on my channel, because your girl needs help. But yeah, ask away. Fire off in the comments below. I'd be super excited to answer some of those for you guys. Okay, so it's still kind of blue, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. Should have trimmed these bad boys a little bit, but we're here now. So we're just gonna blend them with a little mascara. That's one eye done. I'm gonna go do the other eye, and I'll be right back. All right, now that I've done the other eye, I'm just gonna pop on a quick little lip, and I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow Gloss. It doesn't really have, I mean, it does have a little bit of a hue to it, but I like how natural it looks. So this is the finished look, guys. I love the way it turned out. Again, this is all inspired by Kate McLean on TikTok. I'll also link her YouTube below if I can find that for you guys. I'm pretty sure she has a YouTube. But please make sure to ask any questions that you have in the comments box below. Like this video and subscribe for more content. But until next time, bye. Is that lame? Ugh. So you pan it around. Literally wait all day because it takes so long. This is the look that I rocked for. I rocked? No. What? Lame-o! Showing you how I got this look. Inspired Kate. I gotta get my stuff out. I was not prepared. Lashes are hard, man. You gotta finagle them. Finagle them? What kind of word is finagle? Like, where does that come from?